but it sure is for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm working on other videos, so I don't have time for this one, but I loved it last night and I need to talk about it, so buckle up because we're gonna do a speedrun review. If you walk into the Bride thinking you're gonna get a Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein or Robert Eggers' 𝙍𝙀𝙁𝙀𝙁𝙁 telling of a story about Frankenstein and his bride, oh boy, oh buddy, you're gonna feel like the critics and be very disappointed, because what this does remind me of to an extent is 𝑪𝑯𝑨𝑷𝑻𝑬𝑹𝑺, Romeo and Juliet, Moulin Rouge, Great Gatsby, Elvis. What Maggie Gyllenhaal has done here is create this fictionalized world that could be real, but is imbued with enough fantasy that it teeters on the balance.
I couldn't put my finger on it until leaving the theater, but The Bride feels similar to a video game-like world at times. And that's not a bad thing, but more so alludes to the fact that it's just surreal. There's a detective played by Peter Sarsgaard who, at least toward the end, embodies this soap opera cutscene energy. Of course, aided by the cinematography, angles, all that joy. The portrayal of New York is another example. It is so grand and colorful with amazing visual effects. It's certainly one of the set pieces that has stuck with me. I'll announce it to the whole world. I love The Bride. This movie has top 5 potential for my 2026 list. I'm putting stake into that right now. This movie knows it's funny. It knows that it's not going for nosferatu gothic, serious, haunting.
Oh my god, guys, it starts so beautiful. I know I just said it's not haunting, but wow, the beginning sure is. There's no information out on this movie. I mean, look at these two basic ass premises, but I will say one thing to not spoil. In the beginning, as a prologue and a handful of times through The Bride, it's fully black and white like this shot here.
Through these scenes are sometimes monologues, and the whole style, at least to me, is such a refreshing use of cinema, filmmaking, art. It's creepy in a good way. Christian Bale as Frankenstein, my boy Frank, does a great job portraying longing. Frank is lonely. He has lived for so long, and I saw myself in him. He goes to the movie theater alone and watches Jake Gyllenhaal perform as the in-world Fred Astaire in sing and dance movies, co-starring Ginger Rogers. Remember I said this movie more so resembles a 𝑪𝑯𝑨𝑷𝑻𝑬𝑹𝑺 creation? Jack Gyllenhaal has 6 damn songs on this soundtrack, and they sound like this.
I'm flying high, but I got a feeling I'm falling.
I freaking adore Top Hat, and I'm 75% sure there was a His Girl Friday reference. This atmosphere not only speaks to me, but was a symbiote.
I'm just saying anything. Jokes aside, The Bride is being labeled as messy, and you might be wondering how? How is such a 1930s-esque movie messy? I'm glad you asked. Back to the voiceover, hit it!
As we turn from Frank longing for a wife, it goes a tad bit romance movie, maybe rom-com once she comes into the picture. Then we also have a bit of Bonnie and Clyde thrown into the movie, a big dance number I couldn't help but smile at, definitely inspired by Frank's movie watching, sprinkling some Maltese Falcon, or in other words, noir for those born after 1980, and a dash, a hint, a splash of Romeo and Juliet.
And now you might be thinking, how the hell does that work? Well, the answer is simple, my friends. That is not blowing in the wind, but it's up here. I saw the movie last night with my cousin. She did not like the dance number. I did. I thought it worked. It made me smile. It was wonderful. It's all subjective, honey. What does your brain think about it? Your brain will tell you if it works or not.
Jessie Buckley is undoubtedly the star here. Hell, she's the title character, but it's much more than that. The Best Actress darling of the 2026 awards season. I have not seen Hamnet at all, but throughout this movie, I believe she's speaking in an American accent, and sometimes a Cockney accent, but she is Irish? And real talk, she is more lost to me in this role than Christian Bale is lost in Frankenstein's monster. I was just that impressed by her.
Throughout the whole movie, the bride wants to know her name.
What's my name? I can't remember.
And it's kind of tragic. On one side, you have Frank, who lives a lonely life and hides his face so he can go out in public. And now you have this woman with no memory and no direction of life. There's something to be said about yearning here. And through all the scenes with the running and the dancing and the chaos, when these two characters are taking a breath, it's real shit. It's about being human when you're not treated as one.
I love The Bride. I have been waiting for it since 2024, and then it got freaking pushed out of 2025. It's an amusing movie that makes me laugh, and for what purpose? The subject is no laughing matter, but tell that to when a 1930s movie is on the screen, yet we see Christian Bale and Jessie Buckley's character take over the screen instead of Jake Gyllenhaal and the actress that played Ginger Rogers. It's for the classic Hollywood lover, the Heathcliff level yearner, the poetry fan, and the enjoyer of whatever you call this art.
This look is so iconic to me. The way the black goop is stained on her face, the way it almost makes a heart on her lips. It's golden iconography. The Bride is not for everyone, but it targeted me in every aspect possible. From the comedy to the romance and longing to the references and world building and horror and finale. Last night when I was writing that, I was dreading saying that, but it wasn't that hard.
Although it did take like 10 takes.
Yes, I wrote this immediately last night after seeing the movie, and I wish I had more time with it. I felt too much to only make a short out of it. Thanks for watching. I'm all out of words, so love what you like, protect your energy, and take it away, Jake!
My baby likes bacon, and that's what I'm making. Loving, I have to have loving, but when I'm having my loving, I have to have you.